May I get in, sir?
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good afternoon. Please take your
Good
seat.
afternoon, sir.
Your P. Srija.
Yes, sir.
Srija, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that you are sitting at around 12 feet from anybody in this room.
Yes, sir.
Idea is that you should feel safe. Besides, all of us are vaccinated. So, I think you can safely remove your mask. I would like to.
Thank you, sir.
Comfortable?
Yes.
Fine, then can we start?
Yes, sir.
Fine, Srija, then tell us something about you.
Sir, I'm a doctor, sir, and I'm a singer too. I come from the Pearl City, Hyderabad, from Telangana. I'm a native of Warangal Urban District, sir. The recent Ramappa got the UNESCO World Heritage Site. And I'm not just a singer, but also interested in meditation. And I even write diaries, sir. This is all about me.
Okay. You did your medical sciences, the MBBS in 2018, right?
Yes, sir. It was my final year.
Final year. So you completed your internship in which month?
In 2019, I have done finished, sir, in April.
Okay. And what are you doing since then? You're practicing somewhere?
No, sir. I thought I should take one complete year to make up to UPSC.
So rather than for the medical services examination, why you're focusing on civil services examination?
Sir, I always wanted to be in public services, sir. But I was interested in sciences too. So that is how I've become doctor. But then I thought to resume my dream again because it gives us a large platform to work, sir. And also an opportunity to grow as an individual, not just professionally, but also personally also. And it gives contentment, sir, working for the people. And that too for the nation at a large platform. That was the reason, sir.
But Srija, right after when your internship was over, it was a time when the entire world and obviously our nation was suffering due to COVID, right? Don't you think it was cruel? It was cruel and irresponsible to be sitting in the library while your calling was to go in the field and work for the people who are suffering miserably. And you had those expertise and other you had this training to be of some helpful. Don't you think that 20 years down the line, you'll be actually cursing yourself what I was doing when everybody was calling me?
Sir, in 2019,
After 2019 to
yes,
this
sir, in
period.
2020.
Right.
Yes, sir, I do agree. There was a calling from inside also that I have to work. And that was the reason I have even joined in an NGO, sir, during the second wave. And during the first wave also, I made a WhatsApp group, sir, because I have to focus on something which I have decided earlier. At the same time, I have to listen to my inner calling also to serve as a doctor. So the most problematic thing during the time of COVID-19 was not having OP services, sir, outpatient services, and attending to the basic needs of people. So I thought, let me make WhatsApp groups and then keep communicating with the people, addressing their needs. In that way, I have done it during the first wave, and in second wave, I have worked with an NGO, sir.
It's not just about you. If you look at the entire medical professional, I mean, obviously they are COVID warriors, they work very hard. But overall, if you evaluate the system, it appears that our system was proved to be wanting many things. For example, the study of epidemiology, it appears that the medical sciences in India was lacking a lot. No authentic data was coming. And whatever data or mathematical models were coming from IITs rather than AIIMS or other PG medical institutions. Do you believe that medical sciences, especially in the field of epidemiology, actually have proven to be less than what was expected of them?
Sir, yes, sir. It's a truth, and we need to accept it at least after seeing 2 waves of COVID-19, sir. Firstly, because we have not focused on public health, sir, as an aspect in medical sciences. We have always been focusing on the treatment aspect of medical sciences. That is one of the major reasons that even though we have community medicine experts, we do lack further studies, good research and data, and also models which tend to address the needs of pandemic if at all arisen. That was the reason that our community medicine experts couldn't form that epidemiological model, sir, as such, and it was the expertise of IITs which was taken instead. And also the other reason, sir, we have seen that the higher education institutions often go in silos. They don't work together. The medical institutions and the engineering institutions could have interlinked together to make the research culture more and more collaborative. And I think this was also one of the reasons that the epidemiological models were just made by the IITs. Probably if the medical science experts would have given their expertise, it would have become more and more appropriate.
Thank you, Srija. So,
Thank you, sir.
Srija, as you said that your hobby is also music, listening music and singing music as well,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? So you written about that you take interest in classical music, that is Telugu classical music. So would like to know from you that how do you differentiate between classical music and the folk music? What are the criteria to call any music as a classical music?
So personally, I can say that folk music is more simple, sir, and more colloquial. The vernacular touch of and the feel which we get, it is very immediate to understand and to feel that effect which the singer wants to say, sir. And classical, at the same time, I think a trained ear can appreciate the value of classical music well. And yes, sir, this is how I could differentiate folk versus classical.
Okay, and how do you differentiate between Hindustani and Carnatic music then?
Yes, sir. For example, if we take the notes like sa re ga ma, in Hindustani, the notes tend to glide, sir. Like sa re ga. In this way, they tend to glide, sir. But in Carnatic, they tend to oscillate. Sa re. In this way, the musical intonation, the tones, the tone in which we spell the notes, and the way the note is heard by the ear, that and frequency, all these things do change the way classical music of Hindustani and Carnatic differ.
Anything regarding the influence also from anything from outside India?
Yes, sir. All this was the basic technical difference, sir. The other differences will be that Hindustani being had influences from the Persian, Turk rulers, while Carnatic has maintained its integrity. And Hindustani tends to explore more and more on raga, in spite of having limited ragas, while Carnatic has many number of ragas. But each and every raga tends to be very rigid within itself. So these are few differences.
Okay, can you tell us something about that? Which particular art form was promoted by Rabindranath Tagore in his university, Vishwa Bharati University in Santiniketan?
Sir, I'm not aware of it in particular, but his art and culture was more and more of a liberal. They had this touch of liberal tone, sir. He was someone who was patriotic, but then was more proponent of individualism as well as liberty. That I could say, sir. Exactly, I'm not aware.
So your second hobby is also diary writing.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell us some great diary writers, not from India, outside India, at least two?
Yes, sir. The very famous Anne Frank and Samuel Pepys, who was the minister of UK.
Okay, have you heard about the motorcycle diaries?
Motorcycle diaries. Sir, this could be probably the motorcyclists who move around. Probably they are recording their experiences into.
No, it's a very famous book, Motorcycle Diary. It's a very famous book. It's highly famous in the states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu. People know about motorcycle diaries.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Not aware of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sir.
yes, Srija.
Yes, sir.
Srija, how can you define the food security?
So, food security in simpler terms is availability of food which is both nutritious, that is qualitative, quantitative, and throughout the year, present till the time, throughout the year, sir, that I could say.
Throughout the year only.
Throughout
Next
the
year
year.
it will not be allowed.
No, sir. It means every year which follows.
Okay. The government in this time is focusing more on the fortification of the rice. How will this fortification will help to ensure the food security in India?
Yes, sir. Firstly, we are doing well in public distribution system. So quantitatively, not to the extent, but at least we are to the point, sir. But qualitatively, we lag very much behind. So in this way, fortifying with iron and vitamin A could address the issue of anemia, which is the most important issue which is prevailing around, and also the childhood
Srija,
blindness.
actually India is leading in pharma.
Yes, sir.
but at the same time we have more dependence on China for API, for the import of API.
Yes, sir.
How can we reduce the dependence on China for the import of API? Can you tell me some measures?
Sir, I'm glad to inform this thing that yes, sir, we are doing well, and it were a few reasons because of China not doing increasing its labor cost and increasing its environmental concerns, and India adopting few measures like production-linked incentive schemes
Great,
and drug parks, mega drug parks,
Great.
and also that giving incentives to these active pharmaceutical ingredients because of raising demand of COVID-19 and medicines related to them has given a huge push that our import dependence has decreased quantitatively, sir.
Can India become self-reliant in API?
Yes, sir, surely. May
How?
not be any year soon, but surely, sir, it can. The same thing, sir. We are incentivizing the companies.
Srija, what were the issues of remdesivir medicine during the second wave of COVID-19?
So the major issue has been black marketing, sir.
Hmm.
And second thing is ICMR has changed its guidelines that remdesivir, which has to be used in moderate phase, is no longer used until there is a 14-day time period after which it can be prescribed.
Who owns the patent of this remdesivir medicine? Which company?
Sir, I'm unable to recall it right now, sir.
Okay, India having the compulsory license provision.
Yes, sir.
But despite of having this compulsory licensing provision, India, South Africa, and many other countries went to TRIPS Council for the demand of vaccine waiver and the medicine which is related to the COVID-19. Why is it so? If India has the provision of compulsory licensing,
So first thing, compulsory licensing is for the drugs, sir. Vaccine is not just a drug, it's a combination of almost greater than 300 chemicals. And we are facing an issue of pandemic, sir. It is not just India which has to benefit by using its provisions. We need the world to get benefit from whatever leeways be provided by the WTO. And also, sir, it could be the first step. And also, sir, vaccine which was manufactured had global value chain linkages, sir. And so we cannot just go for compulsory licensing of a single manufacturer. We need to put this act against many such manufacturers across the world. It would be a hefty job on our side. So instead of doing all these things at different times,
any other thing that you can remember? It is just related with the medicine or the vaccine.
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
We leave it. Thank you,
Yes.
sir. Please.
How are you feeling, Srija?
Sir, I'm feeling great.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, sir.
Okay. So should I call you Dr. Srija?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since you are a doctor and as a wave, fear of third wave is already around, people are still reluctant. They have a fear psychosis per se for the vaccination. And as a district magistrate, how will you convince any innovative step that is coming to your mind? They are saying that साहब मर जाएंगे लेकिन वैक्सीन नहीं लगवाएंगे. For any cost, I will not be taking vaccination. What is your stand and how will you, as a district magistrate, you will deal with such situation that is coming to your mind? Any innovative idea?
Sir, if I think one such thing which I was thinking of is social media, sir. #vaccinated. Why can't we make that a trend, sir?
These things are already happening. Any innovative idea as a district magistrate, you will, as a duty of a district magistrate is to take care of the people per se. So as a district magistrate, how will you motivate them?
So that could be by taking in the confidence of the people who are already vaccinated, sir, from the same community, and making a team which doesn't just involve the medical doctors, but also the local government staff and also the local administrators, local political leaders.
These things are happening, don't you think? Any innovative idea that is coming to your mind? Things are actually, there are various people who are already working in this field.
Yes, sir.
But any innovative idea that is coming to your mind as a district magistrate?
So that can be vaccination to people model instead of people to vaccination model.
Have you taken vaccination?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Many occasions, Prime Minister also talked about population explosion. And people argue that recently population control policy of Uttar Pradesh was already in news. Do you think it is aimed at targeting a specific group of people? What is your stand on it?
So the population policy was having many benefits, sir, actually. Saying the same, the population trend, if you observe the population trend of UP, it is on a decreasing trend, sir, the TFR. But the policy had other advantages, that it provides a separate fund for the contraceptives to create awareness and to encourage the male contraception. In this way, there were good things also, sir. It is quite less often that
So you don't
we,
find any weight in this argument that it is not aimed at specifically targeting some people?
Sir, any kind of policy doesn't address 100% profit, doesn't give 100% profit to all the people, sir. It is actually framed so that a large percentage of people get the benefit. So not just this policy, sir, any kind of policy could have had such kind of impact.
That's all from my side. Sir.
Dr. Shrija. Shrija, let's take in a situation where you happens to be the administrator in the district in Telangana.
Yes, sir.
And you know that in your district, the problem of the manual scavenging is cause of concern. Certain deaths have been reported, but recently a death has been reported, and so Safai Karmcharis, they are protesting. So which kind of the policies that are there, in place for the welfare of those Safai Karmcharis? And at the same time, National Commission for Safai Karmcharis has also issued a notice to you in the capacity of you being a district magistrate, DM, your course of action.
So firstly, analyzing the situation, making a survey, or if at all there is a survey, collecting the data, sir. The number of manual scavengers who are present, and why is that manual scavenging is still practiced. It could have been their livelihood which could have been at stake, and in spite of it being a dangerous job, sir. And also enforcing the laws, sir. And third thing is, Telangana has also embraced technology, sir, in cleaning the sewage tanks. We adopted bandicoots in Hyderabad. So certain machines to replace the people. That kind of innovative steps can also be taken, at the same time addressing the livelihood needs of the manual scavengers.
Is there any policy which are placed in order, from the central government?
Yes, sir, there is a policy, but exactly what it is named, I am unable to recall it.
What is the mandate of the National Commission for Safai Karmcharis?
Sir, it is to provide rehabilitation services as well as address the needs of Safai Karmcharis.
Do you know the data that does count the total number of the Safai, this manual scavenging, the people in India, throughout India?
No, sir, I am not
You have no
aware.
idea. Okay, no problem. You happens to be a doctor, and again, being the district administrator, number of the biomedical waste that gets generated because of the COVID-19 period. What could be, this biomedical waste management rule that does say, and you would take into account?
In the role of what I have to answer?
As a district magistrate, what kind of, the protocols or the policies that would be followed by you in terms of disposing those biomedical waste? Got my point?
Yes, sir, I got it. Thank you, sir. Sir, firstly, addressing the need of biomedical waste management by creating awareness in the health institutions. I could make the team of medical officers to first help their staff understand what things goes into which color bag. So because there are different types of bags, sir, and the segregation is one of the major thing which
Segregation
has to happen.
is first step, then?
And second thing, collection, sir. I think we can use the geotagging, and then we can geotag the trucks which are taking this waste, and then disposing of, seeing whether they are getting disposed of at the right place. And also we can encourage the administration to adopt the measures, some
I got
new
it.
measures.
Shrija, there is one agency that is called UN Women.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of this agency?
Yes, sir.
Recently, the kind of the crisis which has emerged in Afghanistan, so the women and the kids have been, the worst victim, and in any war situation and any war-ridden places, women and the kids happens to be. The kind of the actions which has been taken by the UN Women in the context of Afghanistan crisis.
So in context of Afghanistan, I think women and children are going to be the most vulnerable. Firstly, because the law which the Taliban wanted to enforce, it outrightly, it is not just based on Islam, sir. It is most primitive, the medieval age Islamic rule which they wanted to bring in, and which denies the basic individual rights of a woman, educational rights, and also the liberty of the women, and also the future generations, sir. So in this way, it harms the women as well as children. What UN Women has said regarding the women's condition, I'm not aware, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Srija.
Yes, sir.
Srija, I'm sure you must have undergone the Indian Constitution and its different aspects. Indian Constitution?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, can you give me a feminist critique of Indian Constitution? By the way, are you a feminist?
Yes, sir, I am.
You consider yourself feminist? Right, so give me a feminist critique of Indian Constitution.
I don't tend to find any such kind of critics, sir, because our constitution has has given certain advantages, as well as because women need equity. It's not just equality, and that is how the Article 15 is framed. And also different things, equality, the different parts of constitution which guarantee equality, liberty.
You're giving me a male review of the Indian Constitution from the male gaze. You're not giving me a critique of the Indian Constitution from a female gaze, from feminist perspective. If you don't see anything problematic in the Indian Constitution from the feminist perspective, it means that you have not seen it closely enough.
Sir, I think the constitution makers have made it a point.
How many constitution makers were women?
How many, I'm not aware, sir.
Okay, were they 50% or not?
No, sir, they
were
wouldn't
not.
have been 50%.
Were they 10% or not?
Sir, exact percentage I'm not aware, sir. But yes, a few women have played a role. That was the reason
Which effectively means that the Constitutional Assembly was not representative enough.
Sir,
Right?
it was-
Considering the gender.
Sir, it was the time of society, sir. Society changes, and at that time, women are not very much empowered.
You're a doctor.
Yes, sir.
What is the role of Rajkumari Amrit Kaur when it comes to Indian Constitution?
Yes, sir. I was thinking of her when you were asking the few females. Sir, what could I recall would be Rajkumar Amrit Kaur was one of the major person who has proposed this Article 15, that equality to women, giving chance to the women in reservations. And yes, sir, she being the health minister also later, I think her concerns to the women were represented in such kind of articles in Constitution.
Okay, and was that enough? Why still we are lagging? We are not even able to get this 33% reservation for legislature?
Yes, sir. Firstly, we wanted to correct the issue, but we lacked the women representation. It's a cycle, sir. We need women to represent, but we don't have women to represent again. And
So this, at least this thing should come to your mind when you read the Constitution, that it should have been in the Constitution itself.
so probably the constitution makers could have thought that constitution changes with the people. So people will make the change in the constitution as and when the time comes. So that could have been the reason, sir, that a women reservation or percentage in legislature was not enacted then. And
What are the issues now, apart from the fact that there aren't enough women in the legislature, so they will not, it will not be, this provision will not come into effect?
so that could be one such reason, but other things could have been women have been placed in different, women are vulnerable, but they are present as fragmented in silos, sir. There is no such organization or unity among these women to come to common platform to put in their proposal that 33% reservation in the legislature is a must. And we are going forward educationally, sir, technologically, but political empowerment of women in the society also is still not accepted as a norm. So unless until that happens, sir, which is the next step to occur, only then probably these women will get together to make it possible that 33% reservation in legislature also does happen. And also the 33% reservation at local bodies, sir. As we see the women climbing up the ladder till the parliament. So after a few years, these women who are being represented in local bodies can be seen in the legislature and can make the same bill to move not just to 33% but also to 50% in future.
You like diary, you write diary. Your diary is a female character or is it a male character?
So diary represents a person who writes. So it is
What are the feminine characteristics of your diary?
feminine characteristics of diary, sir.
Your diary.
Sir, I think it's the patience to hear to the person, and it listens to my stories patiently, sir. And secondly, it never judges the other person and tends to be compassionate to the person who is writing in it. So this could be few such feminine characters in it.
When you're angry at something, what do you generally write in your diary about the episode?
So generally in diary, in every day, I tend to write the gist of some major happening within that day, sir. So if I am angry, then I would analyze why I was angry, what have been the consequences, and how I could have corrected it. So basically, I'll analyze, reflect myself, and try to create another situation where this thing could have been avoided. That way, I represent my any kind of emotions.
Fine, Srija. It was nice talking to you. Your interview is over. You can go now.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
So, Srija, I think it's going to be your first interview at the UPSC?
Yes, sir.
Right. And you're happy with your performance, or there are areas you believe you could have done better?
Sir, as DM, I think as sir asked that vaccination strategy, that thing I'm thinking, sir, but many people are doing off the things which we are thinking already.
Right. So, we've been discussing this situation handling of yours, and obviously there were divergent opinion within the board also on that. But overall, Srija, you are definitely a very, very good candidate. You are relatively a young candidate when we consider that you are already coming from the medical field, which generally take more time than the normal graduation. So that's why the board members will be happy to interact with you. Also, in these COVID times, people coming from the medical background, they have, the board have their hands full. I mean, they actually have so many things to ask. We couldn't ask much, but so whatever we ask plus other things. Do expect a medical professional in the board as well. So be prepared for the hardcore medical areas to discuss, right?
Yes, sir.
Overall, personality-wise, your entry is good. Will you be wearing the same attire, or you have something else in your mind?
Sir, I'll be wearing GI tag Narayanpet from Telangana. Sir. This is Ikkat, sir. GI
Right.
tag again.
So do prepare that aspect of the sari thing, right? In general, your appearance is good, sitting posture is good, your voice level is good. You are, at a few places it appears you carry yourself a little softly. So at a point or two, it appears that wherever firmness is required, that should also be reflected, right? If you are a soft-spoken person, which is not a bad thing, but in the course of the entire interview, there should be certain patches where you are able to show yourself as a firm person in terms of communication also, right?
Yes.
So that will be a good idea to add. Coming to your hand movement is restricted, your eye contact is in general good, flow is good, vocabulary is definitely very good. Overall, you are in position to understand the core intention of the board member, your listening is good. And there wasn't any occasion where it appears that you could not understand the meaning of the question, which is a great takeaway, because usually even the best candidates have patches in their interview where they couldn't understand what exactly the board member was asking. So that was not the case with you. Though it is true that at a few places it appears that maybe a more honest approach to questions will be better. For example, when you were discussing this classical and the folk thing, it appears that you were kind of these are technical questions, so there are technical definitions and technical differences here. You were trying to do with whatever was available with you rather than actually getting to those technicalities. So maybe that is one area where I would like to advise that please analyze whether you have the answer or not.
Yes, sir.
If you have the answer, deliver the answer. If you don't have the answer, don't deliver the answer. But if you believe that you partially have the answer, then do give a disclaimer kind of a thing, that what I'm giving is on the basis of what I understand rather than the textbook thing, right? So that would be a better approach to it. Similarly, when this situation handling, as I said, was, I won't say that it was bad. But I'll definitely say that it was a full toss. It was a kind of a moment where you could have scored because it was a position, you have that background, and there was a position, if you are able to give one or two out of box solutions, then maybe the board members will be like flat. They'll be very, very impressed. So it's not that you did anything wrong, but it was an opportunity you missed, right? So I would like you to look at it from that perspective.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, in general, your understanding is good, structure of the answer is not bad, and your knowledge and preparation is also good. So I'm really, really sure that you'll be doing very, very good.
Thank
right?
you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You want to ask anything?
No, sir, that thing that I have not taken up job immediately after, was that
It's okay.
okay?
You can understand that you were just out of college. You had certain things in your mind, and you were doing your bit.
Yes, sir.
Do mention that you were doing your bit.
Yes, sir.
All the best.
And read something about Che Guevara, because your professional background was similar to Che Guevara, and he was known for diary writing. He wrote motorcycle diaries, which became quite popular in entire Latin America, and is still popular in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. All right, so just know about it.
As a district magistrate, you can, I mean, any certificate by a district magistrate itself is very motivating for people. Innovation is something which you can, do wonders in the interview. Don't get panic. These questions are just meant to pressurize you. All the best.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.